New season, old Leafs. Nothing seems to change when it comes to the Toronto Maple Leafs after so much change. A new captain, a new coach, and just the same team with the same outcome. The Montreal Canadiens win 1-0 against the Toronto Maple Leafs, where Samuel Montambeault put up 48 saves for a shutout to start the season. It's actually a historical moment as Montambeault becomes one of the only goalies to put up 48 saves and a shutout in an opening night game. It's a huge feat for him. What a performance. So let's talk about that real quick before we touch on the Toronto Maple Leafs. So Montambeault is going to have to do a lot of this season. The Canadiens have a young defensive core who's still learning to do both sides of the puck, offense and defense. And they're not quite ready, I think, to make the playoffs with this core. I think it's great that the youngsters are getting a lot of opportunities. Lane Hudson looked really great out there and was able to do a lot with the puck offensively. But defensively, he still struggled. There was a couple opportunities where he failed to get rid of that puck, especially in the third period, where it's crucial that that puck gets to the neutral zone and you reset and you don't allow so many opportunities for a team like Toronto. And there was a couple opportunities where he just didn't do well on the puck defensively, and it led to a lot of opportunities where he was stuck out there for about 2 minutes in the defensive zone. So there were some things there where him and some other players as well need to do better, and hopefully they learn to adjust to the game of the NHL, and it's a great future for the Montreal Canadiens. That being said, Montambeault this season is going to have to do a lot of work to make sure that puck actually does stay out of the net. It's one of those things that Carey Price did for many, many years. So, between Primo and Montambeault, they know what's ahead of them. But luckily, the Canadiens aren't, looking for a playoff spot right now. So, mistakes will happen and things will have to change, and they're going to learn and get better and better. So, keep your heads up, Canadiens fans. It's going to be an interesting season, but it's going to be a very exciting and fun season. Let's talk about the guys who are supposed to be in the playoffs. The Toronto Maple Leafs. Once again, they come out and it looks like it's the same team, but there's a couple of adjustments and a couple of new players, and it feels like maybe this year things will change, especially with the captain who is, younger than Tavares. That's all I can really say. Is he a better leader? I don't know. Am I a fan of this change? I think it's a good change for the room. I think maybe it will shake things up, but on ice so far, doesn't look like much has changed. The team looks about the same as always. Let's talk about the new captain, Auston Matthews. Obviously, we would have expected him to score a goal. He had a couple of opportunities in the game, but I didn't really think he played his best game, and I think he actually looked for more passes than he looked for shots in this game, which was very odd. Maybe Montreal just shut him down very well, which is possible, but I really would have expected him to shoot more in this game. Anyways, with that being said, it felt like in the first period, the Leafs were trying something new, and Montreal was doing a really good job at identifying whatever that new formation or play was, because it was a very Montreal-sided first period, I would say. But as the game progressed, it felt like Toronto started to go back to their old ways, and that's fine, because their old ways is a very talented team, just shooting the puck as much as they can, and in most, scenarios, this will work. But the thing is, this is the same old story we've seen every year. They don't play super well defensively necessarily, although this game really just came down to one power play goal. And then, if they play against a team that actually has way more offensive potential than the Montreal Canadiens, then there's going to be a scenario again this year where they just can't, keep the puck out of their net, and then they're going to have to battle their way through and score 5 or 6 goals to win the game, and they move on. And that's been the Leafs story for the longest time. That's why when the playoffs roll around, they're not able to keep up with the offensive pressure and the extremely well-oriented defensive side of the playoffs, and that's where the Leafs lack. So hopefully this season there's that defensive side of the game that we don't usually get to see. Of course, like I said, this game came down to one power play goal, so it was a lot closer than we would have expected, and it could have been a slaughtering. There was a couple of really great opportunities in the first period by the Montreal Canadiens that could have easily have turned this game into a 2-3 goal game, but Stolarz, who started the game, played a very good game, and he kept them in it, really, honestly. But after that, the tides changed, and the Leafs really did take over that third period, especially where it was just them the entire time. But like I said, Montambeault makes a historical moment out of it and does super well. So congratulations, Montambeault, and Leafs fans. Don't panic necessarily. It's just game 1, but it'd be nice to see some change in the next 10 games, because if not, I don't know what's going to happen again. You'll make the playoffs, but will it be enough? We'll find out.